I am connecting with a Virgo going through a major shift in their reality. This can resonate with absolutely anyone, but there is a major paradoxical shift that is tethered to your heart chakra and your crown chakra. I see a Virgo who is about to erupt, explode, explore, become. I'm looking at the moment you light a firework and it starts to sizzle before it actually erupts and explodes. That's what I'm looking at. And that is a Virgo who is diving deep into a consciousness shift, really relying on their intuition after a window of time where you have been let down by your intuition. For some reason on the journey, you've been told that believing in yourself isn't enough. Believing in yourself isn't the way. Yet you can't help but shapeshift. I'm talking to a shapeshifter, an aura analyzer, someone who can be seen as quite deceptive, smoky, hidden, alluring, yeah? You attract people, you manifest people in, they come towards you, swirl around in your vortex, leave again. Dusted, never to be heard of again. We're looking at this paradox of power. I want to talk about a paradox of peace. I want to talk about a paradox of healing. But the label here on this thumbnail, this spread is about the truth. So when I speak about a paradox, I'm talking about multiple elements that all influence who you are today. You are a multi-dimensional being. The lotus, the crystal, all come from the dirt and the mud and have many different aspects. It shines when you turn it. There's more than one petal to a lotus. It never ends. And it floats so harmoniously on water. We're talking about this ethereal element of awakening. Now, I'm talking to an empath. Whether I'm talking to a dark empath or a light empath is the question today. I put that to you. Let me know in the comments, because dark empaths exist as delight. And if we are going through a tough time, if we are around darker entities, if we are struggling psychologically with the pink Freud card coming out here, then we may be in a lower vibration. And in that lower vibration, we stir and spiral and pull on links and nodes and thoughts and feelings that are tethered to a darker side of life, a darker entity, trauma, triggers, depression, upset, yeah? I've got mild exhaustion in my head as well. So they're not severe exhaustion, but mild exhaustion. But I want to let you know that mild exhaustion eventually leads to more serious levels of exhaustion if it isn't checked, okay? Gorgeous high priestess energy with what I now see as more fireworks spreading out from around her neck. That kind of star on her actual neck. All the stars bouncing around in this image and on her face and on her third eye. You're destined to be a star. Take the stage, yeah? I want to take the profession. Take the role, take the position, take the job. I think you could be offered something amazing this year, this month even. Promotion, a role. I want to say stage show, and I want to say concert. I want to say something a little bit more like classical and professional, maybe like I'm getting like a banqueting suite, like I'm getting visions of like Royal Albert Hall in my head, which is a kind of like opera, I want to say soiree. I want to get posh with it because Freud's getting all classy with me on the line here, looking at me like this. Now, where Freud comes into play is the Three of Swords, the shadow self. And with this pink Freud card, this is also my pink Panther card. Perfect for how we started with Shapeshift Aura here. because you are giving us the shapeshifter energy of shifting in and out of mist and light and dark and up and down and yin and yang. You're just with it. And that could be seen as something really dark and heavy. But I always say, in order to master your light, you need to sit in your shadow. 40 days and 40 nights resulted in revelation, right? But we have to go through it. And what's fascinating with that is the Pink Floyd do 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 do, yeah, do 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 do. That wasn't absolutely accurate, but that was my best attempt in the now moment to give you that vibration that you are exuding. You are walking around in your environment, in your reality, in your realm, exuding Pink Panther. You're up to something. You see what's going on. You see what's going down. You feel it. Please trust in you. This is a message for you to trust in yourself and believe in your mission. And Virgo's a gorgeous zodiac. You're analytical, you're wise, you're purposeful, you're an earth sign, you're grounded, you're determined. Middle, case closed. We're closing the case on this one. The only thing I really have to say to you, right, when it comes to the sacralistic card, we're talking about scripture, word, doctrine, Bible, curses, voodoo, burn books, depends where you're at on the spectrum. We're making sure you accept that there is dark and light around you, and you have to trust what you see and feel. Because when you feel that fated energy around you, it's calling your name, it's chasing you down. Some of you, you feel the stardom surrounding your aura and vibration. Some of you, you feel the person you love the most closest to you with the darkest omen of all time. You see the person looking at you longingly, wanting to be fixed, wanting to be unbroken, giving you the energy of save me, whilst you have to save yourself. And what I also do see here is I see lies that are coming to an end, because I see that there's been a situation where others have publicly hoped for your success, or not even publicly, that's a bit nice. To your face, just you and them, they've implied they give a fuck, yeah? They've implied they care. Behind the scenes, internally, when you analyse their aura, not intentionally, I'm connecting with someone who is incredibly clairvoyant, who sees, who knows, who feels, who senses. You know it's not genuine. And this person has long been hoping for you to fail, for you to stay where you are, to be broken, for you not to succeed. That's what they've been manifesting. You feel that. Imagine having a best friend or someone really, really close to you that really hopes for your failure. But to your face, they act like they want to see you win. You're seeing through the illusion. You're seeing through the fog. You're seeing beyond the skull, the skin, the cranium. You know the truth. You are Freud in this bitch, yeah? Dive into Freudian philosophy. Dive into Freud's iceberg. Understand how much of us is submerged beyond the conscious and how much of us live in the unconscious mind most of the time. You have a journal you should be writing in. You should have a book you should be writing. You have scripture, doctrine, word. You have art, you have choreography, dance moves you should be working on. There's a lot of gorgeous things that you should be doing. You are in a great era of life, okay? Business, I want to talk about a nurse, I want to talk about a maid, I want to talk about a cleaner. Doesn't matter what you do in your life, you're incredibly reliable and successful. I see someone opening their own cleaning company, or taking their cleaning company to a next level, yeah? Really, really gorgeous. I really see someone being somewhat of a midwife, yeah? But I want to say like a residential birthing home or birthing unit. So I get water births or holistic births or healing, even crystal water births, yeah? But I get it done in a house. So there's multiple rooms in a house, and it's birthing rooms, yeah? I don't know where that is in the world or how legal that is, but it looks like a gorgeous business where you have multiple different birthing rooms that you wouldn't get in a hospital, and anyone can come and have a really beautiful birth in your private sanctuary. If you are midwife or not, or you do something else in nursing, and take that lightly, because I get lots of like pools, I want to say, like, and like jacuzzi kind of things. But it gives me sauna, it gives me steam room. So it gives me a place where you could have a baby and then stay at that hotel in that location and then have aftercare there, have everything cared for you. It's a really luxurious space. And you've got beautiful outdoor garden, your own space. You could hire it out. It could potentially be an Airbnb. It could be a business idea. It could be early stages of that. Whatever it is, you know the truth more than me. But I've just got a gorgeous apartment, gorgeous rooms, gorgeous feng shui vibration, a nice place to chill and hang out, and you can really birth new ideas there. So whether that is actually having birth, if this could be just somebody who's deciding where they want to give birth, and you don't want to do it in the hospital, and you've got the money and the means to get a nice Airbnb or another location, or go to a special retreat or place where they can do births for you in that place. But I do get a nurse energy, okay? I do get a carer. You could care for people in lots of caring roles, yeah? Lots of, gives me NHS, gives me practitioners, and people working really, really hard in the nursing field, yeah? Which there is not often a lot of money in. I mean, doctors are in serious fights for money right now as well. So if we look at Freud, who kind of gives me professor doctor energy here, we look at the struggle of even evolving from your current position and going up the chain, getting a promotion, going from nurse to doctor, yeah? Senior nurse, junior doctor, yeah? Really interesting progressive routes in your career. Life is about progression. And I've seen someone who is blocked in the mind space, was blocked in the mind space for a really, really long time about that progressive route. For some reason, you thought the case was closed. You thought your story was over. You thought your destiny was just to stay where you're at. And although you were happy with it and you're very content in life, you've got your dreams in this special book here. You've got this glint in your eye where you know there's more. You keep getting blurred vision and getting pulled back to a different period of space and time because the case isn't closed. This is still open and your journey will carry on. And there's much more for you in this lifetime than you could ever imagine. And I want to leave you with 642. Now, that's an angel number. And it talks about hard work and dedication paying off. It talks about a stable foundation. It talks about home and professional life. It talks about practical spiritual gifts. It talks about financial security, personal fulfillment. It talks about harmony. It talks about trusting your angels. It talks about being practical in regards to what you need, but also working really, really hard. It also talks about releasing any fears or worries or concerns about work, career, and finance, okay? A really gorgeous career. I see someone, if this is really genuinely you and you resonate with this message 100%, feel free to go to hermitology.me and see what I do. And if you really do want to, feel free to hit me in the contacts, drop me an email, let me know you resonated and that you're building this. And I'll bear that in mind and send some love, light and healing your way. And support the cause, because I do see someone who is in the same terrain I was in when I started the School of Hermitology in 2019, when I started doing the research, when I started doing crystal healing and tarot and like the different kind of shamanic stuff. If you look at my Amazon list as well, which is going to become a shop. You do not need to buy me anything, but you can just go over there and have a look at all the things that are eventually going to be in the shop when I have the time to upgrade the list to a shop. Because it was a simple list, and then I realised, well, this should actually be a shop for the collective. So we're going to turn it into a shop, so feel free to dive into that. But there's instruments in there, there's holistic things in there, this is the world and the environment and the home environment and the life that I like to live, and the things that are comfort creatures to me. So every now and then I'll go and treat myself and get a little something from there. And it's crystals, it's instruments. I'm a shaman. It's healing, yeah. And I see someone healing in a way that's even upper level than mine, top tier, yeah. Because mine was very simple, a little maybe Reiki or a little tarot session, a little circle kind of commune thing with music therapy and other stuff, right? Loads of different stuff. We love hypnosis over here as well, healing meditations, guided meditations. But this seems to be really gorgeous, because I spoke about that childbirth, and I feel like that's really important. And I spoke about that home, and I spoke about that Airbnb, and I spoke about property in regards to much more financial stability. My company has really stayed stable and grounded with no real income for a really long time, because I've been doing the R&D, the research, more important than anything else. Because you build a business without doing the research, and the business will collapse and eventually fall. OpenAI is a prime example of that, which is a research AI company leading in the world. But they haven't done the necessary research in relation to finance. They've only done the AI stuff, and they've gone to market and came out the gate flying, and a lot of companies don't last. So although it's many years for me down the line since coming up with my business idea, I'm in a really stable, grounded place where I know what will actually be tangible and long-term and last forever. And I think that's important for you guys now. There was a blockage. I can't do it. I haven't got the money for it. If you haven't got the money for it, what can you do whilst you save the money? What can you do before you get the investors? How can you prove yourself to the investors? How can you really get this off the ground? Because there's so much beautiful things that we can do in this world, and we should be doing. And if you do follow my kind of content and stuff, and you happen to stumble across my latest company accounts that dive into some of this stuff, you'll understand ethno-shamanism a little bit more, and human flourishing and positive psychology. And it's so important and really, really purposeful for the future and where we're going. NHS, not great. Private healthcare, really extortionate and really, really poor quality as well at this point. So new holistic ways of healing and helping people through therapy, different forms of counselling, nutritional guidance, mental health support, but also birthing is incredibly important. And I like the fact that this reading just opened that scope up to me today and showed me there's so much more. This is chiropractic as well. This is physiotherapy. All forms of health and wealth really should fall into this category, and I didn't really see it before until we spoke. So thank you for sharing that with me and making me open up my business prospects to make sure I include everyone here that's going to be struggling on the floor. Because my main focus has been mental health, because I know that everyone has a mental state, don't they? And everybody needs good health mentally to survive, and that has a knock-on effect in every area of life. But now we can start looking at the actual physical, tangible things that infer on that. And that starts with this gorgeous Virgo really knowing that what they've envisioned and believed and want to manifest in their life is possible. It's hard work, it's dedication, but you've done it. Keep going, believe in yourself, and don't give up, Virgo. And I'll be back soon with more. Love and light.